Oh. Another, oh my God, my feet are really in this. Oh well. Oh my God, they're really, really in this. Liquor store on Mars. Liquor store on Mars. Everybody has asked me what my favorite song I've ever written is. It is Liquor Store on Mars. Michael and I wrote this, just the two of us. You know when you leave someone, or you're not with someone anymore, and everything reminds you of them. So like, there was a chair. Oh my God, he sits on chairs. I was like, I've got to go somewhere else. And Michael was like, I walked into the session and said, I'm gonna have to move to the moon. And Michael said, I've been sitting on this song title, Liquor Store on Mars, let's write it. So what was really cool about this song was that we wrote it with no music, no chords, nothing. We just wrote it a cappella. I was a fucking mess, like crying the whole time. So we were just like, let's approach this a different way and write it a cappella. I hope there's a liquor store waiting on Mars with cheap cigarettes you can light with the stars, because that's how far I'll have to go to get myself over you. I hope there's a liquor store waiting on Mars with cheap cigarettes you can light with the stars. Another cool piece to this song as well is I was sitting, there's a poem that goes before the song. It's like a prelude on the record. And I was sitting at this coffee shop that I went to every morning during this time. And I was just sitting there bawling my eyes out, crying, having my coffee, my morning Joe, crying. And this old man came and sat with me. He had a little fedora on and glasses, and he was reading a newspaper. Like, who the fuck reads newspapers anymore? And he sat down and he said, "What's wrong?" And I said, essentially, I've got a broken heart. And he just kind of started talking me through it and said some really bizarre but wise things to me. So I went into the studio, and Michael and I had wrapped up the song, and we were like, let's try and integrate this conversation somehow. So we wrote a poem that ended up becoming a prelude for the song. Sitting at the bar, an old man Jimmy takes a seat. He hasn't traveled far, he lives just down the street. He said, "Why does it look like you've got a broken heart when you have a full plate of eggs and 2 working arms?" I said, "How did you know? Is it really that clear?" He said, "You're not the first to take your coffee with tears." So I told him about the boy from the years and how everywhere I go, he never disappears. I said, "What should I do? Should I drive somewhere far?" He said, "I just read in the papers, they're sending people to the stars." So yeah, so that actually happened.